What's wrong with this country, the people in this country, is that we don't resent wealth, we worship it. You know, Steinbeck, who's from not too far away from here, said that the problem why socialism never took root in America is because Americans don't think of themselves as poor. They think of themselves as temporarily embarrassed millionaires. So, you know, that's our problem. We think that we're going to be like them. If we only work hard enough, keep our nose clean, play the game right, that we get to go to Bohemian Grove one of these days. Well, the millionaires and billionaires are the ones that should be embarrassed. They should be embarrassed by the rape and pillage and murder and torture that they have to commit on a daily basis to attain to keep their status. And I don't want to be like them. You know, people are always saying, oh, Cindy, you're just jealous because you're not rich. Well, you know what? I don't want to be like the rich. I want the rich to be like us. Right? I doubt if they're having as much fun as we are today. And so anyway, yeah, it's very subjective. Fun, I guess, is one person's fun is another person's rape, murder, and torture. Oh, I've got to tell you what the bad words are. So I got super worked up about this because I resent the hell out of those people at Bohemian Grove. They take food, clean food, good food, clean water, clean air, and my own children away from me for their profit. They profit, we suffer. It should be the other way around, right? And so I said, fuck them all, fuck them to fucking hell. Yeah, you can quote me on that. And you can quote me on that because they're not going to be stopped. They won't stop themselves. They won't police themselves. We have to stop them. And it's not going to happen by campouts. I should know. I camped out in freaking Crawford, Texas for so long. If anybody says camp, I go into a coma. I'm not camping anymore. Our protests need to be more radical and more militant. Militantly non-violent. Right? We know where the violence comes from. It comes from the police state. Not from us, it comes from the counter-revolutionaries, not the revolutionaries. If they would just go and leave us alone, no problem. Right? So, what was I talking about? I just hate them! I hate them!
Yes!
I don't want to be like them! No, I'll never will be like them. I'm not selling out. I'm not oppressing one other human being for my profit. And we need to constantly, I'm so glad Occupy put this in the discourse, this class warfare. And they're the ones that are waging it on us. And, you know, I love the sign. They only call it class warfare when we fight back. When the peasants fight back. Well, you know what? They're fighting back all over the world. We have to start fighting back here in the United States. They are turning us into a third world country. The chickens are literally coming home to roost. And I don't have to tell the Pomo who were here, that our black brothers and sisters, that this country didn't start being bad when George Bush became president. This region started being bad in fucking 1492 is when it started being bad. So we're part of the colonizers here on Pomo land, and I want to honor our brothers and sisters who are allowing us to use this land today. You know, we are colonizers of Native American land. So no, we didn't just become bad in 2000 or 2001 or 1913. You know, we're a colonial power that's been murderous from the start. And we have a wonderful chance to stop it today. We have a wonderful chance to put our bodies on the line and say, you know what, I'm doing this for my children and my grandchildren, but all the children of the world. Because they might not burn and eat babies up there, really. Not there, but they do it all over the world. Every bomb that drops is from these people. Every drone, every Hellfire missile, every torture site, every bad thing comes from people and people like them. And I can guarantee you, when those people get together, like for G20, G8, World Bank, World Trade Organization, anything, Bohemian Grove, they're up to no good. You know, they are up there planning more murder and misery for their profit. And the only reason it happens is because we are codependent with them. That situation has to stop. We have to tell our brothers and sisters they're not temporarily embarrassed millionaires, that there's a reason they're poor. The reason they're poor is the 1% eats up all of the wealth, resources, everything, to take it away from us and the rest of the world. I walked up there. Do you know what your tax dollars are paying for?
Yeah.
They're paying for security. There were so many cops up there. They have a command center with this big antenna thing and a satellite dish. I resent that. I resent having to, excuse me. Hold on, I have a really good thought. The cops should be protecting us and the rest of the world from them. Right? We should be protected from them. So, thank you all for being here. Just tell everybody in the United States. Tell everybody in the United States. You know that we are not in the middle class. Don't let the politicians say middle class. We are the working classes. We are the poor classes. We are the working poor classes. We are the revolutionaries, and we're proud of it. We're proud of there's no shame in not being a rich person. There's shame in being wealthy. So we have to reverse the trend. We have to have a more equitable distribution of the wealth and the resources in the world. And they know that there's more of us than there are of them. And that's why they have their police state to protect them. That's why they have their propaganda media to protect them. That's why they have their politicians to protect them. They're the fucking politicians. They're up there. So they have a support system, but we have the numbers. You know, how can one person be oppressive of 99 people? We need to, they know that there's more of us than there are. We need to know that. We need to not be afraid to stand up for our rights, our human rights that most people in the rest of the world have. I don't know what to say anymore, except, you know, let's get on with it. We need a new American revolution. We need a revolution, this time for the 99%. Amen. Revolution.